Welcome to part 2 of Will He Shave or Not? StamBecco is the new plugin by Eftilo. Jacopo Lovatello, who previously worked on very cool plugins by, for instance, Ex-Softube, is the developer. This new plugin comes with these descriptions. It's a bit hard to come up with a simple definition for StamBecco. And StamBecco Dyna peaks is many things. Depending on how it's set, it can function as a dynamic filter, a stereo harmonic tremolo, an Autowah, a preamp, a stutter and much more. It's a fitting description and much better than multi-effect, tremolo or auto filter. The plugin adds harmonics, and this explains the smoother sound you get from StamBecco. This doesn't result in aliasing, as you can see, and this all is with no latency and very little CPU load. So a big part of this plugin are the pattern dials. These two each have the same 12 patterns and an off setting. When you set these dials the same, you get the same pattern for both left and right channel. But when you offset them, you get these intricate polyrhythms. The speed can be controlled here. If you need sync, enable it in the hidden settings. The shape of these patterns is set here. And the width is set here. What is missing is a mix dial. To do that, you need to set up the plugin as either a send or an aux. The other big part of this plugin is the envelope, and before we dive into that, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little like button. For some reason, I had the most fun in this plugin with the envelope filter. I had to play around a bit to get a straightforward Autowah filter sound on this bass. This is what I ended up with. It is a really cool sound, but to get more edge I have to use extra plugins. And I ended up with this. In this case, the free Eftilo Morgano saturation plugin does the trick. This is what happens when I change the input level. It's interesting for sure. And when I use StamBecco as send effect, I can create a really cool blend between this effect and the dry signal. Like this you keep the low end, which I prefer a lot. Again, let's enable Morgano for some extra edge. when I use Morgano after StamBecco, you get this very fat sound. I found these settings and setup also to sound really sweet on synth bass. You can get this nice girthy sound. I preferred to use StamBecco as an insert here. It gets even better when I add another Morgano and some EQ and a delay. Now if we stay with Autowah a second longer, the preset Autowah by itself works nicer on higher pitched instruments like this guitar. The Autowah has this nice creamy sound to it, and when I add a delay, it's full on dub sounds. You can use envelope and the patterns at the same time, and it can get crazy, especially when you play with the hidden settings as well. This third plugin by Eftilo is another great sounding tool, and it already gets me excited for the next one. As always, try out the demo to find out if StamBecco will fit in your audio toolshed.